Hello, viewers! It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to Reviewed number 45. And today I'm going to be reviewing Disney Pixar's The Incredibles.
So, The Incredibles. Wow, this movie was so good. It came out, like, I think it was 13 years ago, because we're in a new year, so it was awesome. Honestly, this movie was so great. It was just the best movie I've ever seen. It was so awesome. I think it's one of the greatest Pixar movies of all time. And it was so good. It was really good story. You have like the idea that superheroes are like kind of like with Captain America Civil War, where it had like the registration act, and like superheroes can't like operate anymore or whatever. So and Mr. Incredible is this man who he's operating in secrecy or something like that, and he meets basically Mr. Fantastic of the Pixar world, Mr. Elastigirl. Basically, it's about the superhero family that is it's fighting to save the world, but but like basically there's a kid called Incrediboy, or Buddy where he keeps calling him Buddy. And she's like a big fan of Mr. Incredible, wants to be just like him, and then of course Mr. Incredible like beats him down, like, no, I'm not gonna do that for you. I work kind of like Batman. And of course what happens is he Incredible basically becomes Syndrome, the villain of the story, and like I can't remember it's in the movie that I've seen where the someone asked for help and they turned him down, and then they came back with revenge. So this is like a revenge story. Like Mr. Incredible superhero, he has to come back. He's Bob Parr. So his superhero family: Bob Parr, Helen Parr, Violet Parr, and Dash Parr. Dash can all these characters have like their own. It's kind of a mishmash of all these Marvel heroes. Dash, he's basically a speedster, so the Flash or Quicksilver. Violet, she's basically the Invisible Woman of the Pixar universe. So she has the power to turn invisible and make force fields. And then there's Helen Parr. She's basically Mr. Fantastic from Marvel Comics. She has the ability to bend, twist, and stretch her body. And Mr. Incredible, he's super strength. He's really strong. So basically, they're fighting. Also there's Frozone. He's voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. If you don't know him, he was in the Avengers and quite a lot of other movies that you might recognize it from. He's in a lot of movies. But he basically Iceman from X-Men. There's a lot of powers like that. So, Frozone, he's this African American superhero who can basically make ice come out of his hands or whatever, and he's really cool. So they basically have to defend the city, or have to fight against Syndrome, who has become he was Incredible, and he's now wants to take over the world or whatever, and he has like he's like basically super villain. He's voiced by the name I can't remember the name of him, but he played Dave in Evelyn the Chipmunks. So yeah, overall, what did I think of this movie though? I've already summarized the plot as best I can, but overall, it was a fantastic movie. It was a really well made movie. I loved it. It has a lot of humor. Overall, it was just the best Pixar movie I've ever seen. It has a 97 rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is insane. And what's crazy about this movie is that it came out 13 years ago as of this year, but they're making a sequel, finally, that is coming out in 2018. Now, if you remember in the earlier episode of the Madhouse, we talked about sequels. The Incredibles 2 is on the list of sequels that are coming out. Originally, Toy Story 4 was for 2018, but they pushed it back to 2019, and Incredibles 2 became the 2018 release. So, still a pretty long way. But honestly, this movie was fantastic. It has some really good voice acting. If you also a really cool thing is Helen Parr, voiced by Holly Hunter. If you don't know her, she was in the recent Batman v Superman movie, which was not actually. I'm not gonna go into it because it's not that bad. But I just this movie, it was so good. There were so many it was some crazy stuff in it. Honestly, her character, well, the humorous parts are are I think, well, there's Syndrome, but then there's Edna Mode. She's so funny. She's like this drag queen type of character. She's got this really funny accent. I think it's like Italian or whatever, or no, I don't know. It's some weird accent that I can't really put my tongue on. But she's really funny because she basically makes suits. She basically she helps the superheroes because all these superheroes. I think the idea is that Syndrome killed all these superheroes, made them go away or whatever. I don't know. I think the idea was that. I think it's the funny lines like no capes because capes are not a good thing to have. So the entire superhero family is not about capes. I don't have capes. But honestly, there's some really cool scenes in this movie. We got this really cool scene where Helen, or Elastigirl, she basically becomes this giant inflatable tube, or inflatable kind of like a hot air balloon basically. It's really cool. That was the really cool part of the movie. And then I thought the really cool part of the movie was when we have Mrs. Incredible Elastigirl. She's basically the boat of they're basically in a boat. She has the part of stretch so you can just her limbs and make herself whatever. She's basically a boat. You have Violet who is the passenger, and then we have Dash who can run really fast and is on water. Actually, speaking of water, that was a really cool scene in the movie where we have Dash running really fast because he's a speedster, and he runs so fast that he's like, oh my god, water, and then he closes his eyes and then it turns out he's on water, and then he's just laughing, and he's like, honestly, so my favorite character in terms of powers, that's a tough one. I'd say either Dash or Elastigirl. I like them really a lot. They're really cool characters. I love superhero movies in general, and this is a really good superhero movie. I think this is the first time Pixar actually in the direction of superhero movies because they hadn't really done them before. And honestly, this was by far the best Pixar movie of all time. It was really good. I think there was an Easter egg somewhere, but I don't remember. I think I missed the Easter egg. It was apparently a hidden Mickey or something. Or I think I think it might have been a Cars Easter egg. No. Cars would have come after. But honestly, Pixar movies are in general really good, and this is really, really well done. There's some really great moments in this movie. I think the funniest memorable quote from the movie is when Frozone is looking for his super suit. So you have the big giant metal robot that that basically in control of Syndrome, and it's like going outside, like Frozone's looking out the window, and he's like, uh-oh, they got this giant robot going through the city, and he's like, and then he looks through, he's like, where's my super suit? And he clicks on his little thing, like, kind of like an Iron Man thing from Avengers, where you see the little thing come out to view, and then you have the super suit, but it's gone. It's kind of like Iron Man, but it's not an example like that. It's just an example right there. So he's like, where's my super suit? And so he asks his wife. He's like, honey, yeah. He's like, where is my super suit? I think it's like, and he's like, what? I said, where is my super suit? And then the wife's like, I put it away. And then he's like, I need it. Or, why do you need to know? I need it. The city's in danger. And then she went on. The wife's like, I can't. Well, the wife. We don't even get appearance of the wife of Frozen's wife. We just get a voice appearance. That he's like, oh, we've been planning this dinner for 2 weeks, and then Frozen's like, the city is in danger, my dinner is in danger. The question is, how did he get a suit? If his wife is saying he can't do it because of dinner, but then that doesn't make sense. But honestly, it's a great moment. I also love the part where we see each family member get their own, or besides except Mr. Incredible, we get all the superheroes in this family superheroes. The incredible superheroes, or the Par family. We get Edemo showing off the new suits and the abilities. We have, like, Dash running really fast, and they're all the same suits. And then Jack is the one. He's a very interesting character because you don't actually get to see him in, like, full. He doesn't because they always say, like, oh, Jack doesn't have any powers. That doesn't make sense. It turns out that he does have powers. He has the ability to change his, kind of like. Actually, I can't really. Maybe. Well, no. I think he's a shapeshifter. Actually, he can change his. Well, I think he can change the way his body. He's changing his body shape, so he can change it. I think we saw an appearance of a metal, like Metal Mario. I think that's like the example right there is Metal Mario. He's basically Metal Jack. And we have another one where he's become like a Human Torch. So there's a reference of Human Torch. He becomes a Human Torch, and then another one where he becomes like this goblin troll thingy. It's this like red troll thingy. It's really funny. And he starts like getting really mad. He's scared, but he's also really mad. He's like Rrr! So yeah. And honestly, I think that it's really cool that we see all these superheroes from. I mean, this is not an actual comic book movie, but it's a superhero movie. It's like an original idea because the thing is about Pixar movies is they have their own original idea. Like they don't steal stuff from it. I mean, yeah, this is the first time we actually like got references to other comic book superheroes, or original movies. But this is the Pixar Studios. They have their own original movie. Kind of like also DreamWorks and stuff and Disney, but Pixar they have their own original idea. They're really good with that. I just thought it was a really good movie. There's also some really good scenes where, like, it shows off Mr. Incredible's strength. Like there's a scene where Helen is vacuuming, and we have Mr. Incredible working out, of course, and then we have him like lifting up a couch or whatever. That was a great part of that movie. Honestly, it was. This movie, there's so much to talk about. This, like, oh my god, this movie was amazing. And honestly, it was just incredible. The voice acting was incredible. The score was incredible. I mean, come on, the theme music, that was awesome. I love the theme music. It was great. We just get this really amazing score. I can't remember the composer. Let's see, the composer. It doesn't actually say. Yeah, I don't know. The composer. Who are the composers? I was reading about the composer the other day. If you remember who I'm talking about, then put it in the comments. But, yeah, I don't remember why am I forgetting the composer? So anyway, the composer is really good. He's just amazing. Like, seriously, he's just amazing. Like, I've heard a lot of music composers, but this is just so funny. It's just so awesome. Like, it's epic superhero movie, family thing. It just awesome to see this everything. This music is like so, kind of science fiction blended with other themes, and it was really good to see everything. Oh my god, this movie! There's so much in that. Trying to think of the other scenes that I remember that were really good. There were some really cool. I love the guards in the little forest thing where Dutch is running. It's like maybe like a first person shooter type of thing. Sorry, my phone's going off. Better mute that. Sorry. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Honestly, what can I say about the movie in general? It was fantastic. They had some really. It's a really good. It's a really simple story. You have the classic story of the fan of the. Or I wouldn't really say it's a classic thing, but like I feel like it inspired another movie, a movie where they have the superhero and then they have the sidekick, or sorry, the fanboy wants to become the sidekick of the superhero, and he's like, I'm not doing you, go away, and then he's like, I'm mad at you, and then he's like, okay, I want to get revenge on him and become a supervillain. So honestly, it was a really good movie. It's an original, it's like original story. I love how Pixar really does make original stories. It's really really good. So yeah, so The Incredibles, fantastic movie. Rating wise, I would give it a 10 out of 10 based off the score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a really good movie. Yeah, that's really, the animation is amazing. Powers are really cool to see. Has some really good humor. Oh, I'm just remembering Jason Lee. Jason Lee, he's the voice actor for Syndrome. Also, I think he plays a younger Incredible Boy, but Jason Lee, he voices Syndrome. He basically is a really cool character. He has rocket boots and also has the power to I think project a beam of energy at someone and tase them or whatever. It's or it's really cool power. But he's a really interesting villain. He's a really cool original villain. I think there's some deleted scenes where Sitter, it's Sitter has these. That's what he calls. That's what he tells himself he is when he gets to going to babysit Jack. But honestly, he's really cool. Syndrome is just a really very cool original character. Each family member is really cool. Edmund is fun. Mirage, she's actually really attractive for a Pixar character. He's a really interesting character. How she's just one of those really higher authority characters. I mean, she's not really a major character, but she's really interesting. So yeah, and of course, at the end of the movie, we get a little one of those Easter eggs of oh, there's gonna be a second movie. Yeah, that didn't actually happen until just this past year. We got an announcement about Incredibles 2 finally getting a release date, or they're starting to do anything. I mean, apparently, Samuel Jackson has started to record lines, which is awesome. It's gonna take a while, but it's a good thing. But I mean, it's one of those movies where it's you have the thing at the end. And it's oh my god, there's gonna be a sequel, and this movie, it showed it was gonna be a sequel. It has the Underminer guy who's voiced by I think it was Josh Reisenberger or whatever his name is. He's a lot of characters. He has voice in every single Pixar movie. Most notably the pig from Toy Story. I can't remember what his name is. He's the pig bank. But it's a really cool character. I mean, I wanted to see this movie. Oh my god, where's the Underminer? And then we don't get any Underminer until the video game, which is stupid. But I'm really glad about this whole sequel. I think it's gonna be really really good. I hope it will. We have all the original cast because so far we've gotten Helen Slater or no, why am I saying that? Helen Slater is Supergirl. Sorry, Holly Hunter. He's gonna come back to voice Elastigirl, and then we have Frozone. Samuel Jackson Frozone. He's gonna come back. So yeah, I just one of the movies you have the end, and it's okay. And then we'll get a sequel. I mean, now we can finally get a sequel. It's you could have told us we were gonna get a sequel or not. So, yeah. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this review. So honestly, I'd give it 100%. Fantastic movie. Go check it out. It's really really old. It's came out in 2004. What do you expect? But really good superhero movie. Really good Pixar movie. One of the best Pixar movies I've ever seen in my life. It's really funny. It's really really good. Really good movie. So yeah, make sure to see it. It's really good. It's amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching this episode. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also make sure to click here for last week's episode, and click here for the full playlist of reviewed, and I will see you in the next one. Alright, see ya.